Hey gals, welcome to Binge Free Bestie, the podcast where we ditch the diets, break free from binge eating, and build a safe and empowered relationship with our bodies. I'm your host, Nick Carberia, a registered therapist who totally gets it. Binge eating and body image struggles? Yep, I've been there, done that, and I've got the therapy bills to prove it. But here's the good news, bestie. I've recovered and I'm here to help you to do the same. This potty is all about real, evidence-based strategies from my therapy practice, plus down-to-earth, relatable girl talk with me and some of my amazing besties and other experts who have their own stories, tips, and tricks to share with you. So, whether you're tired of the diet cycle, ready to ditch the shame spiral, or just want to feel more confident in your own skin, then you've come to the right place. It's time to get real about food freedom, body acceptance, self-care, and building a life you truly love. Let's get into it, besties. Hey bestie, welcome back to day 2 of the New Year Food Freedom Reset. I'm Nick and I'm here to give you the best start to 2026 possible. But before we dive into today's episode, let's just take a moment to arrive together. Take one beautiful slow breath in through your nose and a long breath out through the mouth. So this is day 2. Let's settle all in and just remember, one day at a time here. We're not going to binge these episodes, so just listen to day 2. Bear in mind what I'm going to chat with you about today and take the tool that I'm going to share, apply it for today, and then come back tomorrow and I'll give you a little bit more. So today's episode is called Why Food Feels Loud. So that loudness in your head, that food noise, that constant chitter chatter that you have, those urges that you have to eat, maybe they feel really intense or sudden or hard to ignore. I want you to hear this clearly. The fact that you have food noise or the fact that you have urges to eat or binge does not mean that there's anything wrong with you, okay? And the fact that sometimes you might give into those urges does not mean that you are a weak-willed woman or that you just can't control yourself. I want to talk to you today about the fact that most binge and emotional eating urges are actually signals, okay? It's data, it's information. It is not a failure. It's nothing like that. Many people have been taught to fear our urges, to suppress them, or to shame ourselves for even having them. But inside my work, we take a totally different approach. So instead of asking, how do I stop this urge? How do I numb it? How do I dissociate from it? How do I get away from this? Because it feels super uncomfortable, right? I want you to start asking yourself a different question. And that is, what is this urge responding to? Where is it coming from? So that's what we're going to talk about today. And these episodes are really short and sweet because I don't want to overwhelm you. So today is just about slowing that moment down and replacing that panic, the panic that you're even having an urge, the panic that that food noise is so loud. I want you to replace that panic with a bit of curiosity. So inside my program, The Breakup, something I teach is a binge urge roadmap. So everyone who comes in gets this really cool roadmap. It's something that builds across the program. It has a few different tools in there, and essentially it's a flow map. You start at the top, you have a binge urge, and then you'll follow it through, and there's a number of steps that you can take to ride out an urge to binge. So it's also a bit of a framework that helps you understand what triggered that urge in the first place, what your body is actually asking for in that moment, and how to respond to the urge without spiraling into guilt or shame. So what I'm going to give you today is a little piece of that roadmap, okay? One small but powerful part, and that is called the HALT tool. So HALT as in HALT. Those letters stand for something, and we're going to go through that now. HALT is not a fix, okay? It's not a band-aid. It's an orientation tool, and we use this at the start of our roadmap because it's going to help you to pause and recognize what might be driving your urge before you judge yourself for it, before you let yourself go into it, before you get upset.
and uncomfortable. So HALT stands for H is hungry. A is angry or agitated. L is lonely or bored. And T is tired. So when a binge or emotional eating urge shows up, instead of labeling it as, oh my God, here I go again, that food noise is so loud, I hate this, I hate myself, this is so frustrating, instead of spiraling into those thought patterns, I just want you to hit pause and use the HALT acronym to go through and ask yourself, well, where could this have come from? So H could be, well, am I actually physically hungry or underfueled? i.e., am I restricted? Did I eat enough today? Did I eat regularly? And I want you to expand out to the wider few days around this urge, because it could be that you haven't eaten enough across the last 2 to 3 days or the last week. And that is what is causing that binge urge. Go on to A. Am I holding anger, frustration? Am I emotionally activated? Is that where the urge is coming from? The next one is L for lonely. Am I craving connection? Am I lonely? Am I bored? Do I need more support? And the T is for tired. So am I just exhausted right now? Am I overwhelmed? Am I depleted? Because very, very often an urge to eat is not about food at all. Only one of those letters, H for hungry, is about food. The rest is all about unmet emotional needs or nervous system dysregulation. So the HALT tool is amazing because it's just going to help you to recognize the context of the urge to eat rather than fighting the urge itself. And sometimes once you identify where that urge is coming from, it'll be enough for you to redirect it. So this is how I want you to use the HALT tool today. When an urge shows up, if one shows up today, or maybe just park it in the back of your mind for next time it does, I want you to just pause for a moment, because we're not going to try and stop this urge. We're just looking for patterns. We're slowing down the moment. I want you to then gently run through the HALT tool. Go through the acronym. H, hungry. When did I last eat? Have I been eating regularly today? Could my body just simply be asking for some fuel? If that's the case, I want you to eat something. Okay, I don't care what it is. Eat something, because that urge to binge is coming from physical restriction. A, angry. Frustrated? Am I stressful? Am I feeling resentful? Is there an emotional charge sitting in my body right now? Has something happened that I actually just haven't had time to process yet? L, lonely. Am I craving that comfort, reassurance, connection? Do I feel unsupported or disconnected in this moment? And T, tired. Am I exhausted? Am I overstimulated? Am I running on empty? And you'll probably notice that one stands out immediately, or they might all be sitting there together at once. The purpose of HALT is not to make the urge disappear or dismiss it right now. It's just to help you to understand why the urge popped up in the first place, so that you can respond with care and self-compassion instead of panic and blame. So if it feels helpful right now, take a minute or two to journal, and these journaling prompts will be in your resource bundle. You might reflect on things like, well, what do I think this urge is asking for right now? What might actually help in this moment? And what do I need more of today? Because awareness shifts the pattern. As I said before, HALT is just one small part of that binge urge roadmap that I teach inside of the breakup. And it's a tool that I encourage my community to use again and again to navigate those urges with more compassion and clarity. So in the resource bundle, I've got a PDF in there, and it's got the HALT tool broken down so that you can refer to it. You might like to just make a little note on your phone with that acronym and those points to walk yourself through, just to remind yourself in the moment, or put it in your journal or on your fridge, or like wherever's going to be helpful for you. The resource bundle also has those journaling prompts in there. So the link to get that bundle is in the show notes. You're going to need it as we go through this 7-day reset together, because everything that I chat about is just summarized in there again. And of course, the tools and bits and bobs that you'll need to implement what we're talking about is in there too. So that's all for today. As I said, these episodes will be short and sweet. And tomorrow we're going to be doing something about self-worth, because that is such a big driver behind a struggle with food or our body. So we're talking about self-worth tomorrow, and I'm going to guide you through a practice. So I will see you then. Take care and go ahead and try and use that HALT tool today. Ciao.